everyone, welcome. My name is Natalie and I will be guiding you through this chair yoga practice today. So you don't have to have done any yoga before, you don't need to be able to get down on the ground on a mat, just find a chair where you can sit in a comfortable seat. So feet firmly on the ground, and I recommend coming to the front of your chair a little bit so that we aren't sitting back and collapsing like this. We're finding a nice long spine. A line all the way from our tailbone to the crown of our head. Also for this practice you might need some blankets or some pillows, anything at all to find a little padding for one of our postures. So get them ready now, pause the video if you need to, and then come on and jump right in. So we are going to start by settling into our practice and just finding this connection to our breath. So we breathe all of the time without even knowing that we're breathing a lot of the time. So closing the eyes or softening the gaze if you feel comfortable. And starting to inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhaling, feeling all of the space in the lungs fill up with air, like you're inflating a balloon. And as you exhale, emptying everything out, imagining your balloon deflating. And keep going here with your own rhythm of breath. And on your next exhale, can you soften the shoulders a little bit more? Find a bit more space between the shoulders and the earlobes. And on your next exhale, start to release any tension from the muscles of the face, the forehead, brows, cheeks and jaw. As we found this stillness, we start to press pause on everything else that's happening and arrive in this space. Know that for the next 10 or 15 minutes of our time, all we have to do is be here. Present within our practice on our chair, noticing our breath. Checking in with how we feel in our physical body today. And asking ourselves, can we be kind in our practice and move in a way that feels good for us as we are in this moment, however we've turned up today. Finding 5 more breaths here. And then opening the eyes whenever you're ready and you've finished your breaths. Taking your time, know that there's no rush. And then coming back to where we are, everyone meeting with the eyes open. We'll start to really gently send the gaze over to the right side. And lift it all the way towards the sky. Over to the left. And down to the ground. Just circling the neck one more time in this direction. Moving nice and mindfully, nice and slowly. And whenever you're ready, 2 more times in the opposite direction. No rush. And these circles don't have to be really, really big or really exaggerated. Just keep them soft and gentle. Whenever you're ready, meeting back in center, gazing forwards. And just get some movement around the shoulders and the neck. So shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears, rolling them all the way back, around, and one more time, forwards, round and back, and then back, rounds and forwards. Don't worry if you get a bit lost, just moving the shoulders, getting the blood flow into this space. Nice, and coming back to center, keeping this long spine that we found. We've got a few options here. We can either keep the hands on the thighs, bring them down to the knees, or if we have space, we might like to float them back. So what we're going to do is start moving the spine. So wherever we are, lifting our heart space, lifting our gaze, keeping the shoulders down as we find extension through the spine. So notice where the arms are. If the arms are out wide, float them back like little airplane wings. Find one full breath here before rounding through the spine, bringing the chin towards the chest. Hands either on the lap or palms float together out in front. One full breath here, and then whenever you're ready, opening back into extension, lifting the heart, feeling this movement through the spine, getting the blood flowing. And floating back to flexion, rounding the spine, chin towards the chest, wherever the hands are. Just breathe here. One more time, we'll open, lifting our gaze, only as far as is comfortable. And on your exhale, rounding and rolling back into flexion. Lifting back up into your comfortable long spine. We'll find some flexion, lateral flexion through the side of the body. So again, we have a few options. Bringing the left hand down either onto your mat or crossing it over to the outside of the right leg, wherever it falls and feels most comfortable. We'll then float the right hand all the way towards the sky, lengthening, 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 keeping this length as we start to fold slowly over to the left side. Keeping the shoulders nice and soft wherever the arms are. Just allowing everything to be gentle today, listening to your body and really feeling your breath, maybe exploring a little bit more through the side of the ribs. On your next exhale, float back to center and bring the right hand down wherever it falls naturally. Reaching the left hand all the way up towards the sky, lengthen the arm and fold. Can we keep our heart space lifting towards the sky? So noticing if we're collapsing in our left shoulder and spiral our heart up. Remembering this doesn't have to be a really, really big move. Just so long as we're feeling a gentle opening through the side body, breathing here. Coming all the way back, arm softens. I'm going to just turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. Coming into a twist. So bringing the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. We'll float our right fingertips all the way behind us onto our chair, lifting our spine nice and tall as the shoulders soften away from the ears. And now we're really exploring this twist through our rib cage. So rather than hoisting the head, neck and shoulders back, we'll find a lot of tension and compression if we do that. So noticing this and really spiraling through the ribs. And we'll get more movement here, more juices flowing around the spinal area, particularly the thoracic spine space, and also inside our body as our twist massages our internal organs. So really, really juicy and great for spinal health. And if we inhale, reminding ourselves to lengthen And with every exhale, maybe we explore our twist a little more. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. One more breath here, before floating all the way back to center. Coming into your twist on the other side. So right hand to the outer left leg, left hand all the way behind us. Lifting tall and finding our twist rotation through the rib cage. And then floating slowly all the way back. Finding our seat, planting our feet on the ground, and then lifting the left leg off the earth. It doesn't have to be all the way up, it can just be an inch off the ground. We can either take hold of the leg, maybe interlacing the hands around the shin space or underneath the thigh, around the hamstring. Just listen to what feels most comfortable for you, remembering to keep this length through our spine as we lift the leg. So finding circles through the ankle. Nice wide circles in one direction and then the other direction. Really spread through the toes as we do this. We rarely give our feet the love they deserve, so really take this time to send a little love to the foot space. Nice, then coming back, pointing the toes down towards the ground. And lifting the toes towards the shins. And again, pointing the toes. And flexing the toes all the way up towards the face. Nice. And then relax the foot and take the hands away from the legs. So if this feels uncomfortable, because we are working a lot of strength into our hip flexor here and connecting to our deep abdominal space, we can bring the leg all the way down so it's just hovering off the earth. Remember, this doesn't have to be a really big dramatic lift. We're taking our hands away wherever they feel most comfortable and breathing softly, strengthening the leg as well. Maybe we stay here, or if we've been practicing yoga for a while longer, we might like to start to explore lifting the leg a little higher. And maybe we start to lengthen the leg, but keeping the knee nice and bent. Maybe we flex the toes again towards the face, really feel this activation in the thigh. Nice. But keeping it soft and gentle, breathing in and breathing out. Nice. One more breath wherever we are, before releasing the left leg down, giving the hip a nice little shake if we want to. And coming onto the other side, so lifting the right leg off the earth, taking the hands resting onto wherever they feel comfortable for you. And notice how one side might feel very different to the other. So if something feels good on one side, it might not do on the other side. Really just being present with how your body feels today. And then finding our circles through the ankle. And sending that circle in the opposite direction. Nice, and pointing the foot down towards the ground. And flexing the foot. Remember to spread the toes. Find your yogi toes. And point the foot. And flex the foot. And then soften the foot slightly and release the arms. Wherever your leg is, just keep it there. Keep breathing. And in your own time, maybe today, maybe another day, maybe never, you might like to explore lifting the leg a little higher. And then lengthening the leg a little longer, keeping the toes a little bit more active towards the shin. Strengthening, inhaling and exhaling. One more breath here. Before releasing the right leg down to the ground. Lovely. And just give both legs a bit of a shake. So windscreen wipering from side to side. Send the knees one way and then the other, just rolling on the feet. Releasing any tension around the hip space. Lovely. And then coming back to center. We'll send some love to our arms and our upper back body now. So floating the arms out and crossing the left arm over the top of the right. And now noticing already the space that we might have or not have today. We can either stay here or start to bring the backs of the hands towards each other. And know that they don't need to come to touch right away, just bring them towards each other. That's the intention of doing this. Maybe we bring the palms together, again towards each other. Maybe we explore lifting the elbows and softening the shoulders. And this is called eagle arms. But take it at your own pace here. Be with your own body, find your breath. Keeping this length through our spine. Feet firmly planted on the ground. One more breath here before softening the arms down. Floating them out wide and bringing the right arm over the top of the left. Again, finding your version of eagle arms. So maybe the backs of the hands or the palms come towards each other. Maybe we explore lifting the elbows, softening the shoulders. And connecting to our breath here. And if we are particularly tight in the upper body, neck space, shoulder space, we can sort of come here and just clench and hold. So really invite this softness. Even if it means that our hands are a little bit further away, it really doesn't matter. Just keep in this space where we can release into the posture rather than resist against it. On your next exhale, soften the arms. Roll the shoulders, do anything you need to here. And then coming back, we'll just give the wrists a little bit of love, so shaking the hands out, circling the wrists one way, spreading through the fingers, and circling the wrists in the opposite direction. And then we'll come to finish with a forward fold, and this is why we have our pillows or blankets, our props, whatever we have. So we might like to use these, we might not to, but it's a really nice place to start by using these. And then if we feel more comfortable, invite a little bit more space, we can take them away. So I'm definitely going to start using 2 pillows here. I'll turn sideways so you can see. What we're going to do is just really slowly start to roll down onto our support, keeping our hips firmly planted on our chair, feet on the ground. Let the arms just hang. And then soften the head. Try not to get suffocated by your pillow like I am. Soften your head down. Just release the neck. Maybe we take away one of our pillows to allow a little bit more room to release. And if you feel any tension or tightness building up around the head or neck, it might be pulling if you have tightness in the lower back, that's just an indication that we need a little bit more love and support from our props. So make it as high as you want to here. And again, if you have a bit more space, you might like to come down, chest and stomach on towards the thighs. Really allowing the arms to hang and soften. I'm going to stay here for 5 more breaths. So doing this every day can really help to lengthen the muscles around the lower part of the back and all of the through the spine, they often get tight and compressed when we do sit down or spend a lot of time seated or quite sedentary. So it's important we find this engagement and connection to all different muscles, tendons, joints, and just keep the blood flowing fresh all the way through them. And then whenever you're ready, really slowly start to press down through the feet to slowly roll all the way back up into your seat with your neutral spine. Chin stays tucked into the chest until the last moment. Nice. And notice how when you come down towards the ground, obviously the blood gets flowing in opposite directions. It sort of rushes more to the head space. So really take that roll up nice and slowly. And if you're still going, great, super slow roll. That's what we love. Coming back to find our seat with our hands rested on our thighs. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. We'll round off our practice with 5 breaths in this space together. And just notice how you feel here. Become aware of the physical body, but also how are your thoughts? Are they still coming loudly into the forefront of your mind, or have they got a little quieter? Are we able to discover even more of a softness? Taking away all of the tension from our body. And on your next exhale, either keeping the hands where they are or floating the palms together at the heart. Everyone bowing the head towards the heart. Thanking ourselves for allowing this precious time to practice. And I thank you for your time and for your energy. From my heart to yours, Namaste.